Vision, board, goals, you. 2020 is here. Hey, I'm Hallie and I make videos on lifestyle improvement, life hacks, and just overall how to have balance in the chaos of life. We're headed into a new year, so we probably all should have created our vision boards and all those goals, but some of us haven't. I just did mine last night. So if you're like me and maybe you've just created them or you haven't created them or you're wondering how to put them into action to make them come true, then you're watching the right video. I'm going to tell you how to make your vision board if you haven't yet, how to make the goals if you're like no vision board for me, how I make my vision board, and then how just to make your goals actually come true and be a reality. If that's you, I got you. Okay, how to make your vision board, how to make your goals for the year. So sometimes we think a year is a long time, right? I have 12 months to get this financial goal. I have 12 months to get me a boo. I got 12 months for all these things. But at the same time, when you think about a long time, think about what you want done in a year and not your whole life. It's good to have goals for your whole life, but when you make goals, sometimes it's more helpful to make them just for the year. And when you make them for the year, they build up to that overall life goal, that life dream of yours, but you're just breaking down that life goal into applicable ways year by year so that you can make it happen and it can actually come true. Right? So on your vision board and your goals, if your dream is to be out of debt, then your goal should be, hey, say you have like 5 credit cards or 5 different things that you're paying off. It should be this year, I'm going to pay off this credit card. This year, I'm going to pay off my car. This year, I'm going to save $200 a month, and then that's going to help me pay off something. So maybe you won't be completely out of debt the whole year, and then you're debt free, but you can focus each year on doing little things, chipping at it, and then you can get to it. Things that go on there, remember, are just for the year, not your life. The things that you do for the year go up to that life goal. I think I said it in 3 different ways. You get the point. Now, trust me, I'm one of those people that don't believe in what's called like a reality check, like reality goals. I just think more practical, things that you can control, that somehow, as long as you put in the work, it will happen, right? So maybe you have this goal, maybe you're $50,000 in debt, and that sounds crazy, like some people die with that much debt, but you are going to take it. How do you break down $50,000 in debt? Well, if I want to in 5 years be out of debt, how much do I need to save each year? And you're getting there practically. There might be things that happen in your life that give you more money and all these other things because you already have that mindset of saving and using your money wisely. So things will happen a lot faster than you think, but you just gotta, these are just steps. You're taking steps. All right, second thing, how to make your vision board, how I make my vision board. So usually it's the standard, get a big poster board, get magazines, get tape, get scissors, and have a little craft party, which I kind of love. I really, really love. I used to go to vision board parties and all that stuff, but the way my life is set up, I don't really have time for that, and it's already January and I haven't even done it. So something that I did the past few years that I found works really well for me, and I did this year, is a digital vision board. So I went online. All you have to do is go online and use any kind of collage making site you can use. I think it's Collage Pick, Photo Grid, Pink Monkey, Canva, all those things, anything that's a free online collage maker, and you literally look up things that you would have found in a magazine on Google, and then you just go ahead and put them in your collage. Now, instead of creating this big collage, and you could always print it out, you can keep it online. And one thing that I advise is making it your screen saver for your laptop. It's something that you need to see every day. And sometimes we have we've put our place together, our room looks very aesthetic, and you don't want this poster board on your wall. So hey, just put it as your screensaver for your laptop. Put it as your screensaver for your phone. But when you're making that, you don't just have one. So having a year goal, let's say you're looking at a ring and you're like, I'm about to be married. This is the year it's happening. But instead of just thinking you have 12 months, maybe you need to break it down. So what I do for mine is I break it down by quarters. I have actually 4 different vision boards with very small, like there's not as many goals. There's maybe like 6 or less goals per quarter, and I focus on those. So maybe if your whole year goal is to have a boo, then what you do is the first quarter is I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to work on myself because I want to be the person that I want to date. You know, that's you. January, February, March. Just focus on that. Focus on you. Focus on you so that you aren't needing someone to complete you, because you are already complete, you know? So focus on that. Then maybe the second quarter after January, February, March, maybe in April, May, and June, you dare to deal with maybe you've been avoiding. Online dating. Maybe you finally do it. Maybe you finally go on Tinder. Maybe you finally go on Bumble, Hinge, all the websites that I don't even use. But maybe that's for you. I've DJ'd plenty of weddings, and I would say 85% of them have met online. And they're married and they're in love. It could be you. So maybe that's the next thing you do. You're doing practical steps. So things like that, instead of just saying the whole year, those things are getting you closer to it actually being a reality. You about to be vooed up. You know what I'm saying? And then so those certain things like that. No different for me. One of the things I want to brush up on is my parler français. I usually want to be like, this year I want to, you know, be fluent. And it's like, how are you going to make that happen? Well, first 3 months, January, February, March, I'm going to actually every single day for 30 minutes go on there and practice my French. Practice my French, practice my French. And then maybe for the second quarter, I'm going to find a way to watch one movie a week or something like that. So now I can actually watch a movie and understand little tidbits and stuff like that. And then the third quarter, do something else. So you're doing certain things to build so that I'll be going to France soon and I'll just be chatting it up. Parlez-vous français, un bout de français, je ne comprends pas. That's a very popular phrase I'm probably going to say very often. I don't understand. But anyway, so things like that. So you're breaking it up. And I know sometimes it can seem overwhelming, like why do you have 4 vision boards? But they're very simple. It's like maybe a collage of 4 to 6 things. I see those things on my screensaver on my phone. I see those things on my screensaver on my laptop. I'm looking at them all the time. The thing about vision, if you're a believer of Jesus, like me, one of the scriptures in the Bible say, make a vision and make it plain. Is that what it says? Make a vision and make it plain. Something like that. You know what I'm trying to say. But basically, you need to have a vision. You need to see what you want. You need to see yourself financially free. See yourself with a boo. See yourself traveling, whatever that is for you. So for me, one of the things, too, I want to get out of this country at least twice this year. I need to travel. So instead of just hoping it and hoping somebody goes and I can, you know, go on a trip with them, I'm looking into where do I want to go? What month do I want to go? How much is it going to cost me? Do I have that money already saved? Doing practical things so that it actually comes to life. Okay, you get the point. And then once you're done with that quarter, push it to the side. Next quarter, you have a focused in focus, and it makes it more tangible. It makes it more reachable. And then instead of thinking of 20 things you need to accomplish that you're thinking of every single day, every single month, you get to focus in on these 6 things, these 4 things for the next few months, and then you go on to the next thing. You can roll over and say, I didn't accomplish that yet. I want to add that. There's no rules to this. But these are just helpful tools that I use that might help you too. All right, the third thing. How do you make this happen? How do you make your goals, your vision, your dreams come to reality? So when you're making those goals and you put some practical things on there, some dreams, you know, sprinkle some of those in there that just seem a little bit unreachable, but it's exciting to think about. What you need to do is actually have people hold you accountable. So say you want to work out. That's one of your goals. You want to get in shape. If it's only you, yourself, and that vision board and nobody knows about it, how is it actually going to come true? You need to tell at least one person that's your goal and have that person hold you accountable. Maybe it's your workout buddy. You need to be like, hey, my girl Annie, you need to come work out with me at least Monday and Wednesday. Maybe the other days I'll work out by myself, but that is my workout buddy holding me accountable. So that if I just don't work out and nobody knows, then it's like you kind of forget about your goals. You forget it was a goal. It becomes a thing. But if you have someone holding you accountable, that's a helpful thing. Another thing is if somebody knows that you're trying to be, like one of my other friends is like, I'm not spending my money just frivolously all the time. I'm not just throwing away my money like that anymore. So now that she told me, whenever she's like, let's go get drinks, let's do this stuff. And I'm like, okay, is that in the budget? Should we have a glass of wine at my house instead of drinking out? Should I make something instead of going out to eat for dinner? So you want to have friends that are going to hold you accountable. If you're realizing that if you don't buy coffee every single day, you can travel across the world instead in 6 months. Wouldn't it be helpful if the person that you would be catching coffee with is like, no, I'm not going to press you every single day and ask you what you want, because then sometimes I buy, sometimes you buy. You want to make sure that your atmosphere is supportive of what you're doing, right? So if your coworkers know, a big thing I get from my friends all the time is when you have these 9-to-5 jobs, the break room, right? It has those treats, it has those cookies, it has those things. But if your coworkers know, like, hey, maybe you're intermittent fasting, like, hey, I'm not eating anything from this time to this time, and they see you in the break room, and they'll be like, are you fasting? And in the beginning, you might hate it. You might be like, mind your business. But you will be thankful later that someone is holding you accountable. Somebody's only holding you accountable to a goal that you've already decided that you set for yourself. We gotta make this come true. So with your vision board, overall, it should be a mix of things that you can do, tangible things, like take those lessons, take those moves and those steps to make it happen, but also dream about big things. You know, as much as you want to, you know, work on yourself and do online dating, maybe, you know, being with someone is a goal of yours. At the end of the day, God, the universe, is what makes it happen for someone that's actually meant for you, right? But at the end of the day, instead of just sitting there hoping and wishing, you're at least taking the steps and putting that atmosphere out there and that mindset and that energy to actually create a space for that to be happening in your life and welcoming it on in. That's what this is all about. Just having that mindset, taking those steps, and letting God and the universe and the world and life kind of do the rest for you. That's the fun of life. It's an adventure. It's the unknown. And it's going in with the positive mindset. I mean, there's so many things I did this past year, where they're normally like negative situations and it's just craziness. But I would go in going, it's going to be great. It's going to be positive. I'm going to keep saying it till I believe it. And then it actually would happen. So just continue to go every single day that way. That's why sometimes, you know, waking up early, make sure you have somebody there that's waiting for you at the gym to wake up early. Those things, realize your goals aren't just about you. Have that accountability, and maybe that accountability that you have with someone else is helping them hold true to their goals as well. And we're all in this together. Okay. I'm done talking because you got better things to do. You got goals to achieve, things to do. All right, go accomplish those goals and finish your vision board. The first month is almost already over. Peace, love, and balance. That was a weird heart. It was like a circle. Make sure that you hit the bell and subscribe if you're feeling these videos. If you have any questions, if you want any other videos on certain topics, just comment below and say hello. I would love to meet you. Until next week, peace. Let me work on my wink.